Hey guys, I'm going to go through a little bit of troubleshooting steps with the spindle upgrade real quick. We're having some comments that some people are having some issues with the spindle not going back and forth, getting stuck. Mine did also at first, and then we found a solution for it, and now mine doesn't do it again. So I was trying to get it to mess up again to show you, but what happens is your spindle will be doing like this, and then it'll stop and not go anymore. So we found a couple different things that we want you to try. We're pretty sure the problem is inside here. There are some springs. If you could see here real quick, there's this backlash nut here that there should be 4 screws in yours, and I'm going to get you to remove 2 of those screws on a diagonal like that. And we think that could be the problem, but I want you to do a couple other things first. So the first thing we're going to do is you got 2 screws here that hold these rods, that hold these 2 rods right here. You got 2 here and 2 here. I just want you to loosen them, and I want you to undo them. Just loosen them so that the screws are free. That's all I want you to do. And loosen a little bit. And then I want you to run your spindle all the way to the right over by the motor. If it won't go, try and turn it by hand. And if you can't get it to turn at all, go ahead and unloosen these screws right here. And then you should be able to turn it by hand. And you can pull it out, I guess, and turn it by hand. But you should be able to assist it to get all the way over as far as you can. Whoop, right there. And then once you get it all the way to the right, I want you to tighten just this side up. Whoops. You may have to hold the rod. It's spinning, mine is spinning. So just this side I want you to tighten. Now I want you to run your spindle all the way to the left, and we're going to do the same thing once it comes all the way over here. Again, if yours gets stuck, just spin it with your hand. You don't have to go all the way to the wall, just pretty close like there. And then go ahead and tighten this side up. Again, you may have to hold the rod if it turns, but not super tight, but go ahead and tighten it up. Now, that's the first step. You're more than welcome to try and see if that fixed the issue. I don't think it will, but you're more than welcome to try that. So the next step I want you to just look at is when you look inside, when you look down here, this spindle, or when you look inside the Z-axis here, like I showed you those backlash nuts here. What I want you to do is I'm going to show you how to put this in. This needs to be only compressed a little bit. So in other words, if it's all the way down, you might have a problem, and if it's all the way up, you might have a problem. So I just want to show you briefly. I want you to look at yours and see if you can see that it's pushed in a little bit, like the screws are just, you know, like it's down a little bit. In other words, it's hard to show you. It needs to be pressed in just a little bit so you'll be able to see the screws there. The nut head's a little bit away. So this is how, if you didn't do it this way, take the whole thing off and then put this back on again. But how I do is I turn, you can see here. Yeah, I turn this all the way in. This is on. So remember, you have to do it from the left, or the left side over here where the spring is. Here, you have to do it from this side. So just screw this in and screw it all the way down until it stops. When it stops, then back it off about 2 turns. That's it. Now push it down. Well, that's a little bit far. Let's say 1 turn. Screw it all the way down. Back it off 1 turn. Push it down. And then turn it so that it's going to go in the back side, and as you can see mine, it's now compressed. I don't know if you can see that the space there between the nuts, it's now compressed. So make sure you did that way. If you did, and you're positive that you have the, that you have that in there correctly, then the next step is we're going to take 2 screws out of here. So basically, you see the screws here, you're going to have 4 in yours, and I have 4 in mine. This is just a prototype product here. I want you to remove 2 screws. It doesn't matter which 2, as long as they're diagonal from each other. They cannot be next to each other, so remove one here and one here, or here and here, whatever you choose to do. And the wrench that came with your 3018 will fit that. And you should be able to do it like this. If you cannot, you may have to take the whole rod out, but you should be able to just get in there and just take your time and just loosen them. They are kind of long. So let's go ahead and loosen them. And this is as long as you're positive you have that rod in correctly. Oops. And it's a little awkward, but this should fix your problem. Yeah, some long screws, aren't they? Yeah, it's not the easiest. Okay, there it is. There we go. Come on. Okay. So take them both out. This is what, just the screw, whatever it is. Take them both out. And look in there and make sure that the backlash, again, there's a space, and then now run it back and forth and see if that fixes your problem. Most likely that's going to be the thing that's going to fix your problem. You're going to take 2 screws out and diagonal again, and what it's going to do is it's going to free up this a little bit. The spring in here, what happens is sometimes when you manufacture, your spring gets a little bound up, or it may not line up, perfect. So all we're doing is we're going to remove 2 just so it has a little more playroom. It's not going to affect anything. While you're there, if you want to be positive, the 2 that you leave are tight, go ahead and just snug them down. If they're not, most likely they are. Just make sure they're snug. And now run your spindle back and forth, and most likely that's going to fix the issue. There. Back and forth. Another thing you want to, if it mattered, is make sure that these are tight. If you want to be 1000% sure, just unscrew both of these. So I like to go through all my steps. Go ahead and slide that off and put it back in all the way correctly. And then tighten it back up. Can't hurt, just to make sure it's reseated. And then I'm pretty sure this is going to fix any of your issues with it. So let me run it again. Looks good. If for some reason it still does not fix your issue, let us know, or get in touch with tech support if you have a ticket opener or whatever, and we'll take it from there. But most likely that's going to fix the issue with it, and hopefully get you back up and running in just a matter of minutes. So thank you. If you have any questions, let us know.